I grew up in a Christian home, and I love God. My perceived impact that I could have on the kingdom was the money I could give. I never thought that beyond giving money to the church, I could really have any impact. And that was okay with me. I was satisfied with it. I'm an accountant, and because I'm an accountant, numbers talk to me. Melissa, my wife, and I have both really had a heart for foster care for a long time. Pastor Rick mentioned on a Sunday morning about the statistics and understanding that these kids have this horrible reality in front of them. And my thought was, I want to get involved. But, I have a young child, I can't be a foster parent right now. But I finally got tired of making excuses, and so I said, okay, Royal Family Kids is something I can commit to, and so I went for it. All the counselors go up the day before camp and kind of get things ready for the campers when they show up the next day. They walk you through the final trainings, and you start to kind of have a panic attack, and I was freaked out. I honestly was the place where if they would have said, you know what, we're having some campers cancel at the last minute, we don't need all the counselors, I would have left. I would have been like, all right, that means that I don't have to do this. These kids have been through so much, and what qualifies me to help them? And although I knew God had placed me there for a reason, it wasn't clear at that moment. And so I was just freaked out. I didn't sleep well at all. And then when the buses were driving in, I was physically shaking, trying to be enthusiastic, but I just didn't know what was gonna walk off the bus and meet me. And you'd heard the stories about kids that were difficult at camp, and you had heard all the stories about their background. For so many of these kids, they've lost everything. If I listed the top 5 most important things and had all of them ripped away from me, what would that do to me? And that's what happens to these kids. If they're lucky, they have God to hold on to. Most of them don't. They've never been to church. They have nothing. And they get yanked out of their home. And for some of them, it happens at school. They don't even get a home to pack. They don't take their favorite toy with them. They got what they have on their back. And for me, I can't imagine that happening. That's the reality for these kids. We wonder why they have issues. For us, being able to give God to these kids is the greatest gift we can give them. I loved the experience of camp. By the end of it, I was terrified at the beginning, and by the end, I would never trade it. I'll go back every year. Camp is this really unique opportunity to take these kids who have been through all this stuff and give them an environment in which they're safe, they're loved, there's attention poured upon them, and it's super exciting to see what happens in such a short period of time. It also showed me, though, if this was their reality at home, that would change their life. One of the great things that Royal Family Kids did over the past number of years is develop the club program, which is the mentoring program that runs year-round. They ask us to spend 4 hours a month with the kids, which is easy for those of us that have served, because we want to give as much to these kids as we have. It's so fun to see the change, the trust be built up with somebody that's consistently there for them, that loves them, that encourages them in what they're doing. It's amazing the bond we have now. And most of the time we play basketball, because that's what he wants to do. But that's okay, because we talk and we get the time together. When I told the first young man that I was mentoring, I love you, I'm proud of you, I think you have great things for your life. And to see his reaction to that, he lit up. It was like he had heard it for the first time and he believed it. And so being able to give that to somebody, that's truly what most of us want to hear, is that we're loved and that somebody's proud of us. And to be able to give that to a kid is one of the most phenomenal experiences I've ever experienced. God has really gotten a hold of my heart, and he has shown me it's not about your paycheck. That's not all I have for you. I have greater things for you. I think I found my thing with helping the foster care community. It may not stop at Royal Family Kids. I have some really big dreams I feel like God has given me, and it's really amazing to feel like I'm walking straight in the middle of his will for my life, and the way he's gripped me and changed the way I look at the world through these foster kids. That's changed me more than I could ever change them. And it's really exciting. I feel like a whole new purpose for my life. I feel like I truly know what I'm supposed to do, and it's so much joy to walk in that.